Hey, this is Connie from Prosperity Finance. Every month we do a video to update interest rate environment for the mortgages so that you can make a good decision for your loan. Well, we are in April right now. Time just flies. Since November last year, we see some crazy interest rates around 1 year and 2 years rates. But now what's happening is the 3 years is also very super low. It's even lower than the 1 year or 2 year rates. So if we look at the interest rate on bank's website or interest.co.nz, you will see most of the bank have lower than interest rates for the 1 to 3 year term below 4%. The cheapest would be the 3 year. And we also see the 4 year and 5 years rates being reduced at the moment as well, but they are not as low as the 3 year and 1 year, 2 year rates, but they are very, very good. So we got asked by some of the customers, so how are you going to choose? It's all very attractive. What we're going to tell them is that it's really based on your situation, case by case. Well, we also have to look at the trend. What's going to happen in the next 12 months or a bit longer? Now, yes, all the terms are really, really low at the moment, but you also need to think about what the trend is going to be. Say if I lock in 3 years now, but if the rates keep dropping, then what is my action? Should I break it and lock at lower rates and pay a heavy kind of a break fee? Or should I just continue with my 3 years until it comes off fixed term? It's going to be a dilemma. So it really depends on what you perceived trend is. Now, well, obviously no one knows what the reality would be. Even economists make wrong prediction. But we can only predict based on the information we have right now. So based on the last week OCR announcement, the economists predict that they're going to drop the OCR official cash rates in the next announcement, which is in May. And if that happens, then they will pass on that rate cut to the bank, and the bank will charge lower rates. And apparently it will happen not just once, maybe twice this year. So from that comments, we see that economists predict the interest rate going to be lower this year. Now, if you believe that assumption, then probably better to have your loan locked into a shorter term, like 1 year. Even though it's not as low as a 3 year 3.95, but hey, 4% base point, it doesn't kill you, but it gives you a lot of flexibility. On the other hand, we also need to think about the certainty. Now, this is probably the number one important thing when you have a mortgage, is to make sure that you minimize your repayment risk. During the period when you have a home loan, it could be like 20, 30 years. There was a lot of things can change. Your health, your job, your family, a lot of things can change, and most of the time actually outside your control. So yes, you qualify the loan when at the time you apply, but it doesn't mean it's the case over the next 20, 30 years. So it's really important to not to be too aggressive, but also consider the certainty. Now, if you're conscious about the risk increase, you're conscious about less income or more expenses within your family cash flow, then it's probably a good idea to lock in at least some of your loan into a longer term, like 3 years. And this is the best time to do that now. We never seen 3 years below 4. So yes, you might lose the lower interest rate opportunity, but hey, you got a peace of mind. So it's worthwhile to do that. So if you have a really large loan and you don't have a revolving facility you can draw on in the rainy days, then yeah, definitely recommend locking a slightly longer rates. And if you're still undecided, then it's also a good idea to split your loan into different terms. So regardless what happens at rate fix time, you can always have a time to think about what you're going to do for the next portion that still have a bit time to come off. So yeah, that's from me for the April interest rate update. I hope you find it really useful, and I hope you all get really super low interest rate. If you find this content is good, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll have a lot of other great content waiting for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.